All right, something cool here is with Alex from the Hate Club. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
I was checking out the scenery you got going on there, man. Looks like you're having a nice day out there.
It was sunny up until now, but hold on, let me show. Did we go live right now? Hold on, let me show you where I'm at. I've decided to pick an interesting location. It's like right next to my house. It's Hollywood Forever Cemetery. We have some. Oh, I hope he's not dead. Okay, he's not. We have some graves. We have some swans. We have turtles. Also, there is a grave of Johnny Ramone, like right there or there. Yeah, but so maybe we'll pay a visit.
That's awesome, man. My kid's friends with Joey.
Joey, who I know of Johnny. I know of Ramones, but I'm not super familiar with them. But I only know their graves here,
He was the
and they're
drummer.
also the drummer.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah.
So, man,
Yeah,
I just got done checking out My Name is Legion, man. That is an ambitious video you got going on right there. It was really cool.
thank you. Did you like it?
Oh, I liked it a lot, man.
I
How much
appreciate that, man.
how much work went into to doing an animated video like that?
A lot. I mean, the crazy thing that it was done by one person. So it's a guy that I found online, and he's kind of like a maniac like myself. Like everything. Well, all the music by the Hate Club was written just by me. You know, like the lyrics, recording, mixing, mastering, artwork, and he also did the entire video himself, like everything. You know, all the animation. Well, I just created a storyboard, the idea, and so he was working it for like 4 months, which is considered in that niche, in that industry, for a level of that work like super fast. And he's amazing. He's super talented. Like if you guys want to check him out, like at EV Animations, Evan Streeb, he's an amazing guy. So and yeah, it did take a lot of time, but it's the result is super great.
I really dug the concept on it too. I like the theme that was going on there. Is there any chance
Yeah,
of expanding on that and making something more?
that's something that I've been thinking. Like I don't want to lock myself into a very specific thing and be defined by just that visual. Talking specifically about the visual references, like for example, if we take like gorillas, everyone knows of gorillas, or when you think of gorillas, you do not necessarily think about the band, but their animation. And I don't really want to be locked into that. I do want to explore more ideas in the like 3D world, like or VFX world, but like I want to step outside of it. But I mean, it's funny that you bring it up, because I know that some of the fans are working on the Hate Club comic right now. So regardless if I want or not, it's already happening.
That's pretty sweet, man. It'd always be cool to have your own comic book for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's crazy how that.
you say the
Hmm?
fans are working on it. Do they just start doing it, or are you helping out, or how's that working out?
Specifically was the comic that like like the Hate Club doesn't have like a huge following, but it has like a very dedicated diehard following, and they like, do all sorts of like sorry so they they would like tag graffitis or like of the Hate Club around the streets and things like that. And so that was their own initiative, not mine. But specifically, for example, for My Name is Legion, one of the idea of so the main idea is essentially three fans get a letter of induction to be inducted into or inducted in the Legion, which is my fan base. And that idea was developed just by talking to some of them on a daily basis, like on Instagram, DMing, and then uh, just discussing different things. And one of the fans, like from Europe, we were talking. She brought up talking about something in army, and then it just made sense for me, because if the fan base it's called the Legion, why not just make the entire content based on that, and it worked out great. So it's definitely a cumulative effort in terms of the music video.
Sweet, man. I'm looking forward to that project for sure. If it's anything like the video, I know it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, let's see. I'm excited, to get got working on new stuff, and like the response to this music video has been like amazing. You know, like usually when I release a music video and there's, I don't know, like advertising campaign behind it, whatever, people like half of the people would say, "Oh, this is shit. How do you think you are?" Blah blah blah, or like, but with this one, there may have been only like 3 bad comments, and you know the response has been like really great. And I mean, granted, I'm pretty proud of how it turned out to be. And I think like out of all the music videos that I've put out, that's one definitely out there, like on the level of execution and everything.
Now with the last EP, that's literally going to be the last EP, and they're going to move over to full length.
Yeah. How do you know? Oh, did Shannon tell you about that? Yeah, or did I say that somewhere? Yeah, I think it's yeah. I do think that it's time where feel that I'm ready to release an album. And you know how the industry is right now. Everyone's talking about, oh, you got to be releasing singles and like pump up the numbers. It's a numbers game, bro. Which I'm strongly against, because I feel like what can you really tell with just one single? You know, you cannot really unfold a story. And I think with a full-length album is a true test for every artist who wants to achieve something meaningful, you know, and has something to say, you know. And like I know a lot of musicians that would be like, oh, just keep pumping the tracks, bro, like keep like dropping a track every month. But I don't like it, you know. You end up being like all over the place, and you're just playing into numbers rather than playing into an idea or creating an idea, creating some sort of like vision. And that's where I want to be, you know, like creating an album that's about something meaningful, that I thought of every note, you know, every lyric makes sense, you know, and it should be there because that's the right place for it. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're talking of the concept of a like a whole theme album then when you put one out.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely probably 8 to 9 songs, but I want them to be, you know, like you're reading a book and every song is a chapter within that book, rather than, you know, just one excerpt or one article, you know, which granted it can work for some people, but I don't think that that's what if you want to create something that will have value for people, I just think the album is the way to go, despite of like all the trend where the trends are.
Well, right now is the time, man. I mean, it ain't like people get to go out and tour or do shit anymore. So you know.
Yeah. Hopefully really soon. Yeah. So,
I mean,
yeah, granted.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, granted, I was just about to say that, like, granted, I didn't have like any touring like this in last year, like 2020. I just spent like, working on myself as a performer, you know, because I can play separately, I get the guitar to a decent level, or I can sing, but not doing 2 things together. And since I was been doing everything solo, it's not a way to go, you know, playing in a metal band, doing a solo concert. It's not going to be a metal karaoke. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this last year.
How does that work when you do tour? I mean, with you doing everything yourself, I mean, do you book a touring band, or what do you do?
Well, before I did tour myself, and I played a lot of shows solo, but I was like doing a little bit like different music, you know. So there was a lot of like MIDI gear involved. And then one of my friends, Alex Hilton, he used to play in band Broken Rail, and he was telling me like, oh, stop like bringing up Broken Rail because I play in different band now, but I forgot their name. Anyway, so he once he visited me in LA, and we got drunk and we're listening to Gojira, and I was like, no, this is like where I want to go, you know, like I want to be performing. So up until that point, I did have some session musicians join me on the tour, you know, like a drummer, and it would still be like a duo, you know. And now this last year I've been practicing with a few of my friends, and I do have a drummer in mind, which is Alex Hilton, to join me like for the Hate Club shows. And also I just need to find a guitarist, and I definitely want to have the bass being going through the PA. It just hits harder. No disrespect for basses, but you know, it's going to be hard to put together like a band, especially if it's a session musician. So when you're relying on your own resources and you need to, you know, accommodate everyone, you know what I mean? And fund the entire thing. So some sacrifices got to be made. So the next format for the Hate Club is definitely me doing vocals and the guitar, drummer, another guitarist, and some backing tracks involving subs. And granted, it just hits harder. Like especially when we're talking about, we're talking about your regular scenario, you're playing in a medium-sized club, like venue, that will just translate better on the system rather than having a bass, because it's just not going to be pumping as hard. That's fact.
It's got to be different too, especially when you're used to being in full control. I mean, you're the one-man band. You're when all goes.
Yeah. Hey, it's like I'll gladly, give away some of the control, because, when you're writing the material, mixing, mastering, producing, recording it yourself, and you need to write every part yourself, program drums, or like record bass, guitar, and vocals, think about lyrics. You just kind of, I'll gladly do less, you know what I mean? And let people that know what they're doing do their part instead.
No, I see you really do have a devoted fan base. They do a lot for you. I seen they just did a new logo for you. Is that right?
So the final logo, it wasn't developed by one of the fans. I found a designer, and it was actually great, the idea he came up with. But I was working with one of the fans, actually that same girl that suggested the army idea for My Name Is Legion. So she was developing she actually developed like two of the last artworks, or the artwork for the EP, with the hat and like image within an image, essentially. So she was developing some logos, but then I found like a designer online, and he came up with it was like one of those websites, when you're like, hey, like I need a design concept, and I've been working on it for like last like year and a half, and trying to come up with ideas, because the thing is something that you need to resonate with, and it's gonna stay with you to forever, and like I didn't want to change it too much. So this guy, he came up with an idea. He created this, this what looks like scythe, right? And he wrote, this is the tool, or aka scythe, and a person wields it with the intention either to destroy or to create. Like if it's a mining like pickaxe, you either demolish something to demolish, or to further to later on use those materials in creation, or the same as scythe, it can be like the size of this and you're killing someone, or you're working with crops. So I really like that idea. It's up to your own choosing whether you want to create something or to destroy, and that really resonated with me. And yeah, that was the idea for the logo.
Now with the Hate Club, is that like an ode to the Misfits, or how's it work out?
Is it what?
The band The Misfits?
Yeah.
Their fan club is called the Hate Club.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's what. See, like when I looked through you and I seen you had the EP called Misfit and it says the Hate Club, I thought it was all kind of.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not connected at all, actually. The name itself originated also like in LA. I was with one of my friends, and granted, she says that she came up with that idea, but I'm pretty sure it was me. So we're just like sitting, like getting high, smoking in bed, drinking, and we're like online and checking up just some Facebook posts and whatever. And I think she's at heart as a hater as I am, but not like in a bad sense, like we like to make like jokes. And so we're just looking at some regular posts that you see on social media, and all this like pseudo inspirational bullshit and pretentiousness. And we just started like commenting, making fun of that. And like, then I said that we have like a hate club going on here between you of just like commenting trash and like having fun. And so I was like, and we started like toying with an idea that it would be cool to create like a merch line, I don't know, jackets that would say, I don't know, the London Hate Club, LA Hate Club, Moscow Hate Club, Tokyo Hate Club, right? And so I came back home, and I was like, well, because at that point I didn't know what I'm gonna do next with the music. I just broke up we split with my previous band. It was like electronic project. And I came back home, and I started like looking into it, and there was nothing, the name was not used anywhere else before, which is surprising to me. I was like, I can't say that I'm a hater, but yeah, I am. I can be nihilistic, So, and that kind of resonated with me. I was like, hey, like, I'm just going to do that,
Now, I seen you posted some poetry on your Facebook account. Is there any possibility you doing like a full book or anything like that?
Definitely, that's definitely in the works. I, granted, I don't write poetry as often as I would love to, but that's something that I like doing. That's definitely it's not a possibility, but I think it's definitely going to happen because I'm already writing. I have like several like poems written, and that's I usually write those when I go out like somewhere in the nature, with my friends. Like, that particular poem was written when we do these annual trips with my friends and experiment with acid or LSD, and that was written during one of those moments. So I don't know. I'm just trying to lay out all the cards on the table, and not leave anything like hidden in regards to everything that I'm doing.
Now, when you're writing poems, how do you go in between a poem and a song lyric? I mean, how do you figure out which
Oh,
where?
yeah. Sorry, I have like a call right now. Let me decline that. So that's actually a very great question because I've been trying to the entire songwriting process for me, I still consider myself more of a like instrumentalist and the singer later, and I started like singing like only like 4 years ago. For me, everything starts with the music and then goes into vocal and melodies, and I started with like nonsensical lyrics until I get an idea that, something that I can relate to at the moment and I can develop. So with poems, I've been trying to do that as an exercise, to try, to grow myself as some writer, lyricist, and see if I can write lyric first and then apply that to a song. And so far, that's not something that I feel like I'm comfortable with. I definitely like starting with music first, so I keep those separate, having a poem and having actual song.
Now, how has this pandemic affected you as a musician? I mean, got all this downtime. You don't know when you can tour. You're locked in the house a lot of the time.
Actually, not much change, man. It's kind of like I've been I didn't have any tours plans because I was releasing the EP and I wanted to switch the sound that I'm doing. And for me, I still feel like I need more material. Obviously, to tour was a new format, like more metal format, right? So it actually was a quite positive thing because I didn't have to make an excuse why I don't have any tour shows booked, or any touring. And instead, I just focused on writing new material, releasing that EP. After that, writing new material and practicing, rehearsing that material as well. So it actually was a good thing.
So what's next for you?
Um, definitely new EP, and it's going to be the last EP that I'm releasing before going to the album. So this should be done within a month, hopefully. Optimistically speaking, month. Realistically, probably 2 months because I want to start with a single and then probably another like 3-4 songs. I have at first I wanted to do a cover EP, and I have 3 covers. I'm doing like a cover like the Zeppelin's Dazed and Confused, Marilyn Manson's Tourniquet, and then the Doors. What's that song? Oh, God damn it, I forgot the name. Anyway, there's 3 songs for that I'm doing covers on, and they're ready. And then there are 4 songs for the originals. Right, the EP, the covers are gonna be released as a bootleg, just because I wasn't able to acquire and didn't want to deal with acquiring all the licensing. It just can be hack tech, so I'm just gonna post them like for a free download on the site or something like Bandcamp. And then the EP, hopefully, I mean, definitely another music video for that, and then start working. Probably take a break for 2 months and start working on an album and like really thinking it through, the sound and the direction. I think by now I have like a good idea, and this last EP is gonna serve as like the test for that, of the sound. But then after that I want to do bigger thing and more grand and something that was deeper ideas.
Next video is going to be live action or another animated?
That's a good question. I'm talking to a few of my friends here, and they're like directors. Sorry, I'm gonna get another call. Some of my friends want to hang out. Yeah, so I have a few friends. I really want to do, like, I feel like in the metal scene, there haven't been done much outside of the videos with some dark images or like people walking carrying an octopus in the forest, and that's actually a real example. You know what I mean? Like, so I wanted to do something that have been done still in this scene. There are certain not stigma, but there are certain stereotypes our metal music, metal world works. So I definitely want to do something with 3D visual effects. That can be very interesting. And I think it's just a matter of like putting together a concept and like how realistic it is to get. Like I have a really awesome idea, but it's impossible to execute it right now because of the regulations in terms of how many people can be on the set, which I need like a lot of people for this idea, for this particular idea.
Now I see that you have a lot of merch for sale, man. A lot of cool stuff. How do you come up with the concept for your shirts and designs and stuff like that?
Some of them is the artwork that was created by some of the fans, and some of it something that I've created. Actually, all the recent artwork was created by fans, and so and other ideas, it's either the logo, or just some visual elements from everything that I've been using as the Hate Club.
Now,
Actually,
I noticed that you spend a lot of time on social media. You do a lot of posts and stuff like that to interact with your fans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I try to reply to everyone. It's not always possible, but whenever I can, I do, because like I consider them all like my friends. And I just remember, when it was starting out, it was like after the previous band, it broke up and we had like good thing going. And when you start from zero, you just learn to appreciate that every person, no matter how much they're engaged with you, matters, because they will help you build a bigger thing. So sorry, my video keeps disconnecting because people keep calling me.
That's cool, man. You're popular.
I'm gonna say that they're just trying to get drunk right now, and like
No, man, that's cool though, especially during these times when everyone's locked in the house and don't know what to do. For you to go ahead and reach out and talk with your fans like that, way to connect.
What else can you do? No, I really appreciate like all of them, and they are super fucking dedicated. I'm not gonna lie, because I know a lot of bands that have their streaming numbers and all this shit, but they would never, like, these people, and I love them all. They like I said, they would paint like a graffiti somewhere in the street, or like just draw something related to the Hate Club. There was this one girl, she was like doing like she was doing pole dancing to one of the songs, so there's a lot of like different cool stuff that's happening, and I'm just like, I think it is going to grow into something exciting. It already is.
So was she hot or what?
Of course.
So people want to follow up. They want to know more about you. They want to check out the video. They want to see the merch. They want to check out the last EP. Where do they go? What do they do for everything?
Pretty much all my social is the same at the Hate Club, except for like Twitter. The Twitter is like I am Hate Club, just because the Hate Club is taken. Yeah, just I guess they could just Google or any social media platform. They can use the Hate Club, except for probably TikTok. I cannot use that shit. I've been like trying to get on it, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'll do my best to try and use that platform in a way that does not sacrifice my humane and artistic integrity, but I do not see the way to do that without making an idiot out of yourself for now. So
well, I appreciate your time. I love the track and the video, and I can't wait to see what comes up next from you.
Yeah, likewise, man. Really appreciate like hopping on the call and doing this interview.
All right, buddy, take care of yourself.
You too, man. Thank you. Bye.
Later.